Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is not what you were expecting for, I guess, a card shooting Kamen series. Anyway, hey everybody, what's up? This is Retro Character Reviews, and I guess the closest thing to Gotchard colors here to do my quick review of episode 1 of Kamen Gotchard. I'm going to be mainly doing the highlights. I highly recommend Hakiles' reaction and Zio Agito's full analysis and breakdown of the official episode itself. I'm only coming off of just the first batch of subs. I will not be leaving them in the description down below. I don't know if Agito or Hakiles has left official links on their discords, so I'll leave, if anything, Zio Agito's discord, because I just joined it last night. So, what do I think of the new concept of the rider itself? It looks pretty cool. It's giving me a lot of Henshin Sunrise vibes. If they're listening, you are a really good cosplayer, and I'm glad you had fun at Japan World Heroes Con. Yeah, that's where most of the bulk of their socials have been going into in the Instagram. So I'll leave their Insta down below so you can see their cosplays. Another quick bit of news as far as Toku stuff goes. I didn't get around to talking about this officially here on the channel. Sorry for the broken voice last minute. Yeah, the Imagination Belt for Disney's 100th anniversary Bandai Rider Belt, it has already a video package out, so card there if you guys want to see that, how it works. I had a distinction that it was going to be very Keyblade focused or key adjacent to like Kingdom Hearts kind of stuff. And sure enough, it's basically that in a little LED like video package of like the keys you're going to be getting for that pack. So cool there if you can afford it. Another quick thing of like amateur Toku channels that I have found out is that I found a fan sub channel that has been basically doing Kamar's J and sorry, I had to get the screen here real quick. Kamar's J and I believe yes, Japanese Spider-Man, so the poster's over here in the back. The channel is Wolf Fist Productions. I'll leave any of the random episodes or probably just the J-Dub on that as well. So with the news out of the way, my thoughts on the actual episode itself for the titular character himself. Already was ringing my Forza alarm bells that it's going to be going back to high school kind of stuff. My apologies that I didn't get around to sitting through the trailer, but for what I saw is that not only you're getting a good basic back to basics kind of like card approach for the rider bell itself. It's more simplistic than I think even my own 01 drivers over here, so I'll give it that at least. It's back to cards, not in like the decade kind of sense. I feel like Gotchard is going to be capturing a lot of his monsters in his opening arcs, which makes a lot of sense given the concept of him basically capturing 101 Kaijin. I don't know the official name down below. I'll leave the wiki as usual. And yeah, I think before you see the new kid himself, there was a established character trying to explain the lore, trying to explain how to hench and stuff like that, which is a good pro, gonna be honest with you. My overall thoughts with Gates, since we're here, it's a good tribute, I guess, style survival tournament kind of show for anyone new here. It's basically like Kama Ryuki. Also speaking of, I'm planning to do a retro review of Kama Ryuki. Don't expect it by the end of this year. I'm trying to watch it naturally. I'm up to barely the survive form arc when it comes to Ryuki. Also, don't expect me to do huge comparisons to Kamen Dragonite. I feel like Easy Riders did it best before I even got to be a Toku tuber here on the platform. So, card there in case that review is still up on his channel, Easy Wise. So, ultimately, my overall thoughts with Gotchard. It's a good start. It has a good hook. I won't remember everything off the top of my head. I think I'm only missing like the support character's name. She's doing pretty good. Another thing I've kind of noticed with this new magic world that they're kind of establishing is that they're going more the alchemist route instead of just saying, hey, we're wizards and stuff like that. For those who are Garo fans that are watching the anime, that's kind of how they address the Maokai priest and priestesses as just straight up alchemists instead of just saying their official title in I think the original Toku. So my bad there. I don't know. It's a little bit of growing pains. Like no writer first episode doesn't have growing pains. I feel like the second episode is where you're gonna get the full theme. You're gonna get the full cast of like who's actually gonna be staying out for a while. And my overall thoughts with Gates, I correctly predicted, and I think a lot of the fandom kind of correctly predicted for the previous Rara show last year that he was basically going to be Kabuto status of like Toku God. I kind of got this in downlog. And again, I think Hakiles, and I could also be wrong, other Toku YouTubers correctly predicted that Keiwa, aka Kamen Tycoon, was definitely going to be the main writer to focus the show. And yeah, I kind of liked it. The few arcs that kind of got me to drop off was mainly the executive producers of the tournament trying to be writers, evil writers themselves, to prolong it, to like move the goalposts for the end game. I will say all of Ace's main henshins and main transformations were amazing. His main, I think his complete form is probably goes the hardest out of like any Reiwa era show in a while. So that's going to be a hard step up in Gotchard's case. Also, a new writer, also in Gotchard terminology. I don't know the full name. Is it Gotchard or Gotchard? I'm gonna try to get the name terminology down the road. This is the same kind of hiccup I had with Gates last year, so nothing really new there. Ultimately, am I gonna stay throughout Kamen Gotchard this time around? Probably, depending on the arc. As I just hope the 101 card gimmick of him just finding all the monsters stays as the objective throughout the entire series and have like mid arcs like breaking in between. However, I do think that much like if anything like a Kamen Wizard, I feel like, or Ghost, I feel like it's gonna have more like a Ghost. Hey, you have the thing, but you need an extra 100 set more to get like your complete forms kind of stuff. I feel like that's gonna be the hiccup going forward. Other than that, I highly recommend checking out the first episode yourself. If you're a Kamen fan or getting into the way where I always recommend first episodes if you want to get into a writer. First episodes are a good way to start, if anything else. And with a writer score aside, it's a good 7 out of 10. I'm going to be honest. It does have some hiccups. There's some characters I missed. There may or may not be, in Gotchard's case, a missing dead that might either end up being a secondary writer or evil writer, given how these things tend to go. So with that all being said, what did you think of the first episode of Kamen Gotchard? What fans of did you use? Please let me know in the comments down below for future subscribers to get an idea where to go and where to start watching the show. And until hopefully I get 500 subs by the end of this year, I'm Richard Reviews saying, wow, my 5th Rare Era show in a row reviewing and not doing the whole series. That's, I didn't just jinx myself into totally not watching until the end of the series again, right? Right? Anyway, end cards here to my upcoming Critical Role short for episode 71, probably later, I guess next week. Other hand here to probably a future review of the One Piece live action adaptation, because turns out they broke the curse. And to One Piece fans, this is pretty much a preview throughout my review that later this week. How did you do it? How did you do it?